ESPN Radio color analyst. He's on the call for Warriors Rockets ESPN Radio tonight, Game 4 in Houston. Good morning, John.
Well, hello, Dan.
How are you?
Heard about your news the other day. I hope you're okay, bud.
I am. I'm doing a whole lot better. And now you're calling. Where have you been? You could have called a couple of days ago.
Why? I mean...
All of the other Barrys called. Rick and Brent called.
Oh, yeah, right.
All right. Joe Barry Carroll called.
Marion Barry called.
Yeah, yes. Okay, let me start with Steph Curry here. Is there something else at play here? That's 3 consecutive games where Steph is not Steph.
Yeah, the looks are pretty good. I got to think something's going on with the left finger. He seems to look at it all the time, shaking it. I mean, he missed 4 layups the other night. Forget the dunk. I mean, that happens. But a lot of looks that I think are pretty good. They just aren't going in. But at some point, don't you have to credit the Houston Rockets? Not many people have him struggle for 3 straight games, and he and Klay Thompson certainly have shouted at themselves shooting the basketball. Both of them. Klay's about 40% in the series, and Steph's at 35%. And they got a battle on their hands tonight. It's going to be very, very interesting.
But if you're looking, and I thought Houston was going to win the series. They should have won Game 1. They didn't. I credit Golden State. You win these games. Sometimes you're not supposed to. And then Houston comes back and finally wins a game at home. Now, what is the chess match tonight? What changes? Because both teams are going to make adjustments. Certainly Golden State will. But what's tonight's game hinge on?
Well, Houston flipped the script, certainly on the rebounding. They were smashed on the boards in the first couple games, particularly on the offensive glass in that second game. Houston crashed the glass. They were more aggressive. They got the 50-50 balls. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can look at this. Like, do you think Kevin Durant's going to get another 46? Is that what it's going to take for Golden State to be close? Doubtful. Is Andre Iguodala going to continue to shoot the ball at a 72% rate in the series? Draymond Green's at 65%. Now, those guys are getting opportunities. That's by design with Houston. Because when you play the Warriors, any possession that Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, or Kevin Durant don't shoot the ball, I think you've done a good job. And I don't care. I don't want to give up layups or dunks to Iguodala or Green, but if those guys are shooting the ball, you've done a good job. And right now, Iguodala and Green are delivering. They're getting 30 points a game between them each game. And you have to live with that. And what happens is when those guys make a couple shots, a lot of people, they panic and they overreact. And then they go run at those guys and leave Klay open, or they leave Steph open. And then the floodgates open and the Warriors beat you. So Houston has to stay disciplined, continue their game plan. And, James Harden, he could be a little more efficient. I mean, I know he gets 41, but he missed 18 of his 32 shots. And I think a little more of Chris Paul. He only took 8 shots in 44 minutes. I think he could be a little more aggressive.
Feels like Chris Paul got old overnight.
He is different, yeah. But, again, James Harden has the ball. And, Chris Paul, for however many years he's played, has had the ball in his hands wherever he was. And, that's not the case here in Houston. That's not the role he's playing.
Talking to John Barry, the mothership. He'll be on the radio call tonight with Warriors and the Rockets. That's at 9:30 Eastern. The Nuggets and the Blazers and Jokic. I think when you watch him, you look at his stats and you go, God, this guy must be incredible. And then you watch and you go, he's like an old school old man out on the playground. How does he do it?
I mean, I heard McLovin killing him. I'm like, what are you kidding? You should love this guy.
Well, he loves Embiid. He's a big Embiid fan. And I said, look, Jokic plays. When Embiid plays, then he's really good. But Jokic never stops playing.
Yeah, well, I wish, Embiid had the heart of Jokic. Because, this guy goes 65 minutes the other night. I didn't think he'd be able to stand up last night. And he goes triple-double again. He reminds me a lot of Sabonis. I think you mentioned that name, Arvydas Sabonis. He's a terrific passer. He's got seemingly very little athletic ability, but he's very smart. He's skilled. I mean, they run their offense through him, and the guy's terrific.
McLovin, you want to respond to this?
Just a couple questions. How many titles did Sabonis win? And also, do you guys like Kukoc better than Jordan, the way I understand the European style?
Hey, Arvydas Sabonis, by the way, had he come over when he was 19, 20 years old, I was told even by Michael Jordan that this guy would be the second best player to him in the league.
Are we going to give, so Divac won titles over Kobe, and Gasol won that title over Kobe, too?
Wow.
Paulie's feeding me these lines.
Chuck Nevitt won some titles, too. So,
Don't respond to him, John. He's just trying to egg you on here.
He's making me feel bad, Dan.
I don't feel bad. When I told him, he's like, I said, hey, Jokic is young and he is unbelievably talented. And then, McLevin's like, oh, yeah, but it's another stat-stuffing European center. Yes, McLevin.
Well, you have to understand, John, all year Dan comes in Monday morning. He's like, oh, did you see Jokic on the weekend? Like, he's the only one in America that we know watching Jokic. It's become exhausting.
At the beginning of the year, I said Denver can go to the Western Conference Finals. And I thought, well, if I'm going to say that, I should at least watch them since nobody else is. And then I would come in, and then McLevin got tired of hearing about Jokic.
Dino Raj over Larry Bird? Is that another one, John?
Dino Raj, yeah. Well, I tell you, I voted Jokic to start the All-Star game this year.
Okay.
I thought he should have been a starter.
Well, he's going to be the second. He's going to be second team All NBA this year behind Embiid.
I think so.
Yeah, and he should be. Yeah, it's a great year. Okay. If the Raptors don't beat the 76ers, Kawhi Leonard is going to ...
No, he's going to the Clippers regardless of what happens.
Oh, it's done.
I think.
Okay.
From all parties that I've been in contact with. I mean, I'm no sniffer of information, but
you're no Woj. Woj.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
So Kawhi is gone no matter what happens here.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. Who's joining him there?
They can get another max guy? Can't they?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, think about how great their future looks with what they did this year, man. You add Kawhi, and then what would you want? I like Zubats, right? I mean, I don't think I need another big. I love their young point guard, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Shamet is a nice two guard. I mean, I don't know what they would need. Who's out there that would you want a Middleton? He's kind of the same player as Kawhi, wing guy.
Yeah. But it feels like if they get Kawhi, I love their future. In fact, I said this before. I like the Clippers' future better than the Lakers. And I had people barking at me like, how can you say that? The Lakers still have LeBron. And I went, they don't even have a coach yet. By the way, do you think that Monty Williams turned down the Lakers to coach the Phoenix Suns?
No.
Do you think he knew he wasn't getting the job, therefore he took the Phoenix Suns job?
Yeah, well, I'm not. I really don't know. I was kind of surprised. Why wouldn't you wait around and maybe be Philly's coach? If they go out in this series, I think that Brett Brown could be in trouble.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. But
right? I mean, when you want to, who would you take? Philly, Phoenix, or the Lakers?
It depends. If Phoenix gets Zion, then I want to coach Phoenix.
Well, wait, Phoenix is going to take Zion? You sure about that?
I don't know. Would you?
No, I'm serious. If they get number one, Ja Morant, to me, is the guy for their team. They need a point guard, and I like that kid a lot.
Oh, gosh.
So if you're one, you could say, all right, well, we'll trade down. Now I could get my guy Ja Morant, and I can get something else for holding that number one pick.
If you were the GM in Phoenix and you won the lottery, you're taking Ja Morant.
Well, I got to sell my first pick. Who wants Zion the worst or the most?
The Knicks.
Right? Yeah. Okay. So, there's nothing I want on the Knicks. I'd want James Dolan to sell the team, and then I'll give you the number one pick for the betterment of the league.
Yeah, that I didn't know if it felt like Ty Lue was getting the Lakers job, but they brought in these guys and interviewed Monty Williams and Jason Kidd, but it's LeBron. LeBron wants Ty Lue, right?
Of course.
And that's understandable.
Yeah, a month ago, though, Jeff Van Gundy said trade LeBron James. I would, too.
I would, too.
Totally.
I said it longer.
I totally agree with it.
Yes.
Don't you agree with that?
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
If you said I can get Anthony Davis for LeBron James right now, I would do that.
Sure.
There's 8 years difference.
I don't even need a superstar, to be quite honest with you. I would take draft picks. I would take, guys that I know can play. I mean, I like a lot of their young talent. Brandon Ingram, to me, I hope he comes back. I hope everything's fine.
Yeah.
Guy I think he's got star potential. I like Kuzma. I like Lonzo Ball. I mean, maybe I'm in the minority there, but I think those guys are going to be pretty good.
I felt the same way. I thought this was just a feeling out season. Let's just let it play out, see what we have, take inventory, and then we'll hit the reset button at the end of the year. And, of course, chaos ensued if it could go worse, it did with the Lakers. And now I just don't know what they have. And, with LeBron moving forward, Ty Lue comes in. Is that a good hire for the Lakers?
Well, it's good for LeBron.
Yeah, but is that good for the Lakers?
They have so many more pieces that they have to put into this puzzle to compete. I mean, obviously, we don't know what the Warriors are going to look like next year, but can you say that the Lakers are going to be a top 4 team in the Western Conference next year? Who's going to go play with LeBron? I don't know what superstar that's going to be, if it's going to be any superstar.
Do you believe what, Durant and Kawhi sort of feel like, it's just a circus with LeBron, and why would you want to get involved with that?
Yeah, I don't think either of those guys will play with him. I mean, I could see a Jimmy Butler, I could see a Middleton, I could see maybe a DeMarcus Cousins, but I don't think there's any thought that Kevin Durant or Kawhi Leonard would go play with LA.
Do you think that Kevin Durant can get to a point in his career, John, where we recognize him as being a better player than LeBron historically?
I don't know. I think that's awfully tough. I mean, the way he's playing right now, obviously he and Kawhi are leaps and bounds above anybody in the playoffs. But I don't know. I mean, LeBron has been the chosen one for so long. I mean, we've been watching this guy since he was in high school.
Yeah.
And I don't know. He's a different player. He's not. LeBron is a more well-rounded player, I think, than Kevin. But certainly, there's things that Kevin does that no one can do, including LeBron.
Did you read Dennis Rodman's comments about LeBron? Yeah. That LeBron has no offensive moves. Meanwhile, Jordan himself said, I would force LeBron left to shoot the jumper, which is no surprise. And if he goes right, I can't stop him. So he has a move that's unstoppable, according to the greatest player in the history of the game. But Dennis Rodman feels like Scottie is going to shut down Kevin Durant and, Michael shut down LeBron.
Yeah. Okay, Dennis.
Because Pippen is a wonderful defensive player. And usually when you get to these arguments, John, you denigrate somebody. And I don't like doing that. But Scottie Pippen is not shutting down Kevin Durant. He never faced somebody like that.
Yeah, Dan, especially in today's, you can't touch a guy.
Yeah.
So, imagine what Michael Jordan would be doing to this league right now in the rules. I mean, in the way the game's played. It's completely different. I don't like to compare the eras, I mean, do you think Bob Cousy could get on the floor right now on any team?
No.
I mean, he can't dribble with his left hand. He has to go right to go left. I mean,
have you ever seen Seaton's impersonation of Bob Cousy on the show?
I'd love to.
It's so good. It's just.
Well, wait, are you off channel 500 now on my DirecTV?
I'm on audience now. We're channel 239.
Oh, 230. Okay, 239.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. But yeah, Seaton does a Bob Cousy impersonation. if
the most
you're
unstoppable force this world has ever seen.
And he's just going right-handed the whole time, and somehow these defenders can't figure out, how about I force him to his left? and so Seaton will dribble around with his head, up, and he's just bouncing around with it. You can't stop Bob Cousy. He's unbelievable. He's a magician on the floor. You're going, force him to his left. Oh, my God.
Love to see it.
Yeah, we'll try to throw it up there. Hey, great to talk to you, bud, and have fun tonight, and we'll cross paths soon.
All right, be well.
Thank you. That's John Barry, ESPN Radio NBA color analyst. He's one of the people that I love talking basketball to because he doesn't care. From the standpoint, he doesn't play favorites. You just talk basketball with him. And he's got this historical background with his dad, one of the great players of all time, his brother playing with the Spurs. He's just a fascinating, really interesting, great dinner partner. You know, the conversations are always fun. And he's underrated. Being on ESPN Radio, used to do the pregame stuff with me when we were on the mothership. Really a lot of fun to be around. He'll be on the call tonight, Game 4 with the Rockets and the Warriors.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on VR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.